Welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. We're going to move into this weekend, start some special selections. It feels good to say that, and it actually be a weekend. That is nice. Alright, so today's video request comes at us from Brendan Hayes. I'd love to have you check out Tetelestai by Eidola. There's a lot of E's at the beginning of that song name. So that's what we're going to be doing today. This is much too large. There we go. Should really set these things up before I get into it. Alright. So yeah. Tetelestai from Eidola. Brand new band on the channel. I don't believe we've done them before, though. The name sounds familiar. So we probably have some requests to do them. Alright, let's dig into this one. Yep, I'm digging this already. Beautiful voice. Real nice drum. Ooh, that drum fill. Yeah, real nice. Just really taking command of that higher end of the song. Alright, we moved into like a punk rock feel. Got nice vocal harmonies. Harsh pre-chorus. Those those harmonies mixed with that guitar work just sounds so good. Yeah, those little flourishes against the rhythmic aspects in this breakdown. Yeah, those little guitar flourishes are nice. Dude, the last like 4 bars of drum stuff was insane. Yeah. Did he just inject double bass into that punk drum pattern? So I was trying to figure out the time signature there, and I don't know. It felt close to 4/4, but it could have just been the way that they were accenting notes. Sometimes it felt like it was getting an extra beat after the 4, and sometimes it felt like it was getting an extra beat before the 4, which makes me think that it was evening out to 4/4. But yeah, that was a bit of a wild thing in there when the rest of the song was very heavily 4/4. So it's kind of cool to see that they did another section. I think it was in the bridge that was like that, where they were accenting. I don't remember what they. I don't. It was still 4/4, but they were accenting like the and of one, and then three, and then four. I think it was something like that. So you get two dotted quarters and then a quarter, and it gives it this jumpy feel at the end because we're losing a half of a beat before we move in before we repeat the cycle, and it makes it feel like it's lurching forward, which is usually the sign of a change in time signature to an odd number on top, something like a 5/4 or something where it doesn't line up so nicely. And yeah, so they've already shown us before that they can create that uneven feeling within 4/4. So I'm wondering if that ending was the same way. I was just having a hard time really counting it out. I think the figuring out where the downbeat was the hardest part of that. And it was only like 8 bars long, so I really didn't have that long to figure it out either, unfortunately. But yes, that is right up my alley. That is my cup of tea. I am getting to have a cup of tea today. Usually I'm like, interesting song, but not for me. And yeah, get to have some tea today. I'm excited about that. Um, yeah, there's like so much good stuff in there that I'm going to geek out over for a little bit. Um, so first of all, I find that the combination between the vocals and the guitar run, there's one of the guitarists is typically playing constant eighth notes. It sounds to me like they're probably using multiple finger tapping, and the interesting thing is here is we have a bit of counterpoint going on. You're going to naturally listen to the vocalist if you are more accustomed to listening to popular musics where the vocalist is getting the spotlight, which is also true in this mix. The vocalist is being drawn to the ear most. And but the guitar, despite being a bit lower in the mix than the vocalist, still shines through and provides some interesting counterpoint because the lead line, the one that the spotlight is on, is not the one driving the song. Usually, you'll see the momentum being evenly split between your 2 points in your counterpoint, or your lead will have the more driving rhythm, and your counterpoint will be more filling in some of the space that's left over from the lead. And instead, we end up seeing this, where our lead is mostly holding out longer notes, while the counter melody is providing some momentum and really driving the song forward. And I love that combination. We've seen it in a bunch of these genty pop style bands, or not really genty pop. I guess like the math rock stuff, math rock with more pop rock vocals. We've seen that a couple of times, I think, and it just never will sound bad to me. I love that sound. It is just really good. Uh, like I said, display of counterpoint because you get your vocals that really get to show off their range and their power holding out these notes, and then you still get your melody line that drives the song forward. Um, can't discount the drummer. And the dude lays down the metronome for the majority of the song, but he's got some chops and he can change up his genre as well. He's got a bit of a variety in this one. Um, that ending was that was kind of mind blowing. He took the sort of punk rock standard drum pattern of like boom ga boom booga booga booga, and then all of those single drum kicks he did 2/8 notes on, and it really filled up the sound. But it wasn't a constant drive like if he was doing. Um, well, it wasn't not only just that it wasn't a constant drive, because if he had done solid double bass kicks under that, it would have been this solid wall of sound. But also, by choosing to just do the eighth notes and still have some gaps in the bass kicks, he continued to utilize the groove that you get out of the punk drum uh, pattern, while also getting some of that extra width that you get out of doing more of the metal double bass stuff. And yeah, marrying the two just made that section feel so. It had a completely different feel to it, even though it was just one simple thing of adding like 3 extra bass kicks per bar. Came out of left field though, and I love it. Um, I do wish there was maybe a little bit of a lead up to that, but at the same time, I mean, it works so well, and it caught me off guard. I think that's the point of it, is to just kind of change things up, and maybe the lead in would have diminished its ability to, for lack of a better word, shock maybe or draw attention to itself. So I guess it's all right how it is. They had 2 clean vocalists and a screamer, and I am all about that. You guys know I love my vocal harmonies. I love texture layering where we get some cleans over fries or growls, and we had some of that in here at the end. Um, yeah, everybody just got to show off. We had some nice guitar runs. We had some nice drum fill. Oh, that's what I forgot to talk about, the drum fills. The dude is a human metronome. He did a fantastic job of just laying down the beat and keeping everybody in time. But like I said, he had some range. He did some more sparse work. He did some super uh, technical stuff going on in there. He pulled out that punk thing. He merged punk with a little bit of double bass, and he had some really clean fills in there as well. Some nice tom work in one of the sections. So yeah, the drummer's fantastic. Guitarist is fantastic. The vocalist is just a beast. I know that the high pitched male vocals is not everybody's cup of tea, especially it seems. I was gonna say it seems more of the hardcore metal community tends to find that to be maybe a little whiny, and they like their vocals to be a little lower in range. Everybody's got their tastes. Everybody's allowed to have an opinion, and that is fine. But these higher male vocals are just that is my type of vocal sound. So yeah, this song just hit me beautifully. Love it. Those are my thoughts on Eidola, though. This is where you guys come in. Let me know what you thought of Eidola Tetelestai. Tetelestai. I don't. Oh, I hope I never have to say that name again. It's such a weird title to say. Tetelestai. I think the hard part is finding out which syllable has the emphasis. I think it's the second one. It's Tetelestai. Tetelestai. See, that doesn't sound good. Tetelestai. No, it's got to be Tetelestai. That is the one that feels most normal for me. So, Eidola Tetelestai. That's not so bad. All right. This is where you guys come in, though. Hit me up. Let me know your thoughts on this track, if you enjoyed it or not. If there were any aspects that really stood out to you, or if maybe there are some things that just didn't work for you. Let's open up some conversations and have some pretty cool discussions down there. It's also a description box with some links for things adjacent to the channel, like the Patreon campaign, Discord community, the Critical Reaction Twitter. Have a bit of a surprise. There's going to be some new links in there soon, real soon. Got a little project underway that. Got a project underway. Subscribe, like, thumbs up, ring that bell. That'll help out the channel immensely if you don't mind pushing those buttons. I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. UTC, to check out another special selection before moving on into Instrumentals Week. Until next time, remember to be critical of the music you listen to, but not cynical. No one wants somebody to be cynical and just hate on art. But talking about the things that might not work, that's a totally different thing. It comes from a center of appreciation, not a center of hatred. So let's promote that ideology and continue to be critical of our music. without just being a garbage troll about it. All right. See y'all, guys. Oh, yeah. What's that last thing I always say? Have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.